Hello everyone, welcome to News Extra, and coming up on the 13th and 14th of December, a special event at the Goshen County Fairgrounds. It is the Goshen County Shot Goose Hunt celebration and dinner and art show that is an annual event, and I have new board member with me, Wade Bruch. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Let's talk a little bit about the event itself. First of all, it kind of kicks off a little bit with the art show starting up on Friday the 13th of December.
Yep, so 12:30 on Friday out at the Rendezvous Center, Goshen County Fairgrounds. Lots of artists, local, some out of the area. Some of them are Western art. Some of them are different disciplines of art. So that is, Friday is completely open to the public, starting at 12:30 p.m., going on through that day. Then we also have at 6 p.m. we have a buffet, hors d'oeuvres, no host social hour out at the Rendezvous Center. And then we kind of progress into the night with, we have the wall of guns, which is drawings.
Which is a nice fundraiser.
Yeah, yep. For different guns. You buy bands, 100
what's
at a time.
What's the cost for to take?
Friday is free entry.
Oh, okay.
And then the bands are, we have $10 bands, and then we also have a $50 band that we'll do on Saturday.
Okay.
And then that's when we also do the Calcutta of the teams.
Sure.
And the people that are participating as hunters will get their guide and their landowner assignment for the next morning.
Sure.
So none of that is predetermined except for there's a landowner with a guide, and then you Calcutta the teams, and then they get their assignment of where they're going the next morning. So
and of course the centerpiece, if you will, of everything is the next day with the hunt itself.
Yeah. So the hunt starts the next morning. 2-person teams. And like the name implies, you get 2 shots each. Some years we have many teams that drop 4 geese. Some years, we may only have 1 or 2 teams that drop 4. But the winner it's based on weight.
Sure.
So you go out and you hunt on Saturday morning with your assigned guide and landowner, and we're appreciative. Those are all volunteers. The guide and the landowners, they put their pit up. They put a guide up, and so nothing runs without them. And then we come in, we have an official weigh-in, and then that's kept a secret until the banquet on Saturday night when we reveal the winners. So obviously there's the money with the Calcutta and that kind of stuff, but the winning teams and some of the guides, landowners, and that kind of stuff will get engraved 2-shot shotgun as well.
Wow.
This year, all those shotguns for the winners, and as well as our $50 bands that we sell, are coming from Weatherby this year. So heavy Wyoming presence this year.
Definitely.
And so there are 18i shotguns are the $50 bands. You win 2, but then each winner gets their own engraved 2019 2-shot Goose Hunt gun to take home.
That's great. That's going to be great. Now, as far as the hunters participating, are you set with a specific number of teams, or?
We do. We have a set number of teams, and it's based off of the amount of pits and guides that we can get. That number's been pretty static over the years, kind of stayed the same. We currently we're pretty well full every year on the hunters.
Yeah, not a surprise.
With a waiting list. There is an opportunity Friday night at the event. One of the auction items on Friday night is a spot in the hunt the next day that usually sells pretty well.
I'm sure it does.
And then 2-Shot also donates a couple spots around to other organizations to sell in their charity auctions or fundraising efforts as well. So just because it's kind of, there's some new, some old, some people that have been hunting in it for 20 plus years. We always get the governor of the state of Wyoming, sometimes former governors, other top political leaders in the state come in. We've had, Wade Boggs came for a while, at least a year back in the day, and so we try to mix it up and get different people, authors in there. CJ Box has been there in years past from Wyoming.
And of course, with the banquet on Saturday night, I'm assuming that's not just limited to the hunters and those who participated. That's obviously open to the public because it does raise funds for your nonprofit organization. Explain to people what they can expect if they buy one of the tickets.
So Saturday night is ticketed event. They're $50 each, and that gets you in. It's a full plated meal. Very, very good meal. You won't be disappointed with the meal, that's for sure.
Certainly not.
Silent auction items, live auction items, art show. The live auction will have art pieces in it, as well as kind of hunting gear, fishing trips, different experiences to get it. We do a pretty good job every year of having a good mix for people to bid on.
All kinds of things going on with the Goshen County 2-Shot Goose Hunt coming up here on the 13th. Well, it's the hunt itself on the 14th, along with the banquet. We'll be back on News Extra in just a moment to talk with Wade a little bit about the organization and what it does here on News Extra. And we're back on News Extra, and I have Wade Bruch with me, a board member for Goshen County 2-Shot Goose Hunt, which is coming up here on the 13th and 14th, kicking off with the art show that takes place starting midday on Friday the 13th and continuing on into the evening along with some other events. And then, of course, the Goose Hunt itself coming up on the 13th to be followed up by the banquet later that evening. Again, thank you very much for joining us. Let's talk a little bit about the organization itself and what you guys do. You're a nonprofit organization focused primarily on the hunting sports, but you certainly do a lot of work in the community.
We do. The 2-Shot was started 32 years ago. All volunteer board, local folks. And really it was started as a way to highlight and improve waterfowl hunting in Goshen County and really highlight it and become a destination for folks, bring people in to see what we have to offer in terms of goose and waterfowl hunting. And also it's always good to have events in your community, raise funds, bring people together. So it's been a long-term success. The people that started it, great people. A lot of them are still around, still involved one way or the other. And you know, it feels good to be a part of an organization like that. In terms of what we do with the funds, we keep ourselves pretty open. We help with a lot of habitat projects out to continue to improve the conditions out there for the hunters that are coming in or our local hunters. We helped fund, did a donation to EWC for their ATEC building that they're currently building on campus. Big ag facility there. That's going to be a wonderful thing for EWC. Hunter safety courses. If you're a Goshen County resident and you take hunter safety in Goshen County, 2-Shot pays everyone's fees for that. We also do EWC scholarships for local students. We've worked with Wyoming Game and Fish here pretty recently on a project. So we like to keep it, you know, related in one way or the other to our local area and, you know, improving either people's lives or the hunter safety or the waterfowl.
Yeah, then the education efforts as well. Of course, the event itself kicking off on Friday with the art show, which continues on Saturday as well.
Yes.
Even as the hunt is going on, it continues with that as well. At the Rendezvous Center there at the Goshen County Fairgrounds. Friday night buffet, correct?
Friday night is a buffet style, open to the public. We do some of the bands, live auction, silent auction items. The art show is open all the way through. You can meet, talk to the artists. They're there with their stuff. You can talk to them about what they do, where they're from, everything. We love to get people out there and talk to the artists. And again, some local, some out of the area, many different disciplines. So it's not just Western art, but it's more than that. And then that actually starts again at 9 a.m. on Saturday as well. Again, open to the public. The only thing that's ticketed is the Saturday night Banquet.
Coming up, which the winners, of course, announced of the contest itself
Yeah.
during the course of the day, and you may very well run into Wyoming's Governor Mark Gordon. It's certainly a possibility,
Yep.
as well as perhaps a former governor. I know Matt Mead had been there
Yeah.
previously in a previous year.
Yeah, I'm not sure if former Governor Mead will be there or not. I know some of the other dignitaries from the state of Wyoming will be there. Really excited this year to have the Weatherbees involved, not only in making our guns and engraving our guns for the winners and our $50 band, but also they're coming and hunting.
Yeah, that's neat.
So we're going to get them down to Torrington, and they're gonna hunt in the two-shot goose hunt, and we also have lots of. Wyoming's become kind of a haven now for companies involved in guns, ammo,
firearms manufacturing,
everything.
basically, yes.
And so this year we're kind of highlighting that, and we've got different donations from a lot of those different groups, binoculars to coolers to everything in between to the guns. So so a lot of Wyoming influence this year, which is good to see.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, that's coming up here on the 13th and the 14th of December with the Goshen County two-shot goose hunt. Had to get it correct. Out at the Goshen County Fairgrounds at the Rendezvous Center, the focal point for most of it, the art show, and as well as the banquet taking place on Saturday night. How do people get tickets?
Right. So you can get tickets from any board member. Now over here, you probably don't know I am one. I work at Pinnacle Bank in Torrington. We got board members at First State Bank, Points West Bank. You can contact any of the banks there and get them. There's also, we do have a website. It's twoshotgoose.com. And we also have a Facebook page. That you can look up, Goshen County Two Shot, and we're the only one, so it'll pop up there.
It will.
If anybody is interested in tickets, though, feel free to email. You can email me personally, which is wade.bruch@pinnbank.com, and I'd be glad to discuss getting you guys tickets. They are still for sale. Sometimes they're available at the door, and sometimes they're not. So just better plan in advance if you want to come on over.
Exactly. Get them early and make sure you have a ticket for that banquet coming up on Saturday night. Wade, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Yeah, thank you.